Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you've been watching my last two videos so that I don't have to keep explaining this, but anyway, what I've been doing is the Lego's brought out a load of new sets. When I did the research there was 195 sets, so I'm working my way through them and looking to find sets that will complement them for when you want to try and sell them. So hopefully you can either sell them together, or the hype for one of them will increase because of the one that's retiring. If it's difficult to understand, you have to go back and watch my other videos. Right, so I'm working my way through 195 sets that are new from Lego.com. Right, so first one is 31168, the Medieval Horse Knight Castle, $109.99. Now a set that I think that'll go with that one is 10332, the Medieval Town Square. Now that one came out in April 2024. It was £200, but at the moment it's worth around 195. Now that one's got an expected retirement pop of 12%, and also it's an expected good investment. If you go on Amazon, it's being sold for up to £325. And if you go on eBay, it's being sold for £250, and on Bricklink it's valued at around 193. Now the figures are worth around £38, and it's sold 5,044 sets. Now the other one that I put that would go with the Medieval Horse Knight Castle is actually a Bricklink one from Series 4, and that's the 910047, the Medieval Seaside Market. Like I say, that was the Bricklink Series 4. That one, obviously, when it comes out, it's instantly retired, isn't it? So that was £200 to buy, and already they're worth around 350. That one, if you go, I couldn't find any on Amazon or Camel 3X, but it's actually sold on eBay for £380, the Bricklink one. Now, obviously, the numbers for how many have sold is very difficult to find out, because they have to pre-sell 3,000 before they actually make them, but they only do a maximum of 30,000, don't they? So yeah, so it's difficult to say how many have actually sold. So the next one is 31173, the Tropical Toucan, which was $12.99. Now I've actually found 3 sets that I think will complement that Lego set, so maybe later on when the Toucan retires, if you've got the other 3, you could bundle it all up and then sell it on Amazon or whatever you want to do, or at least bundle it with one of the other ones and try and sell it that way. Or maybe somebody will think it's like a set of 4, and once they buy one they'll want to buy the other 3, so they'll have to come to you to get the other 3 that's already retired. Right, so the first one is 31170, the Pink Flamingo. That one came out in March 2025, obviously not long ago. It was it's £20 when it first came out, and at the moment it's worth around £20. That's got a 9% expected retirement pop, and on Amazon it's being sold for up to £45. On eBay it's already sold for £27, and on Bricklink it's valued at 21, and that one so far has sold 667 sets. The other one that I think will go with the Toucan is 31172, the Record Player with Flowers. Now that one came out in March as well. That was £25, and it's worth around £25. That's also got a 9% expected retirement pop. If you go on Amazon, that's being sold for up to £29. On eBay it's sold for £40, and on Bricklink it's valued at around £26, and it's sold 370 sets. And the third one that I think will go with the Toucan is 31169, the Typewriter with Flowers. That one came out in January 2025. That was £25 to buy, and at the moment it's worth around 24. Now that one's only got a 6% expected retirement pop, and on Amazon it's being sold for up to £46. On eBay it's sold for 27, and on Bricklink it's valued at 22, and that one sold 718 sets. The next one is 31166, which is the Beautiful Horse, $44.99. Now a set that I think will go with that one is 31165, which is the Panda family. That one came out in January 2025. It was £35 to buy. At the moment it's worth around 29, but that's got a 4% expected retirement pop. On Amazon it's being sold for up to £67. On eBay it's sold for £40, and on Bricklink it's valued at around £30, and it's sold 1,201 sets. The next one is 31174, which is the retro telephone. I've got two that hopefully will complement that one. Is 40699, which is the retro record player. Now that one was a free promo. I mean, so many people got that one. That retired obviously because it's a free promo. It comes out and then retires instantly. That retired in November 2024. At the moment, it's the record player is worth around £36. If you go on Amazon, it's been sold for up to £80. On eBay it's sold for £54, and Bricklink has valued it at £31. And it was given away or bought, whichever way you want to look at it, 12,538 times. And the other one that'll go with it hopefully is 31147, the retro camera. That one came out in January 2024. That was £18 to buy. That's worth around 14 at the moment. That's got a 4% expected retirement pop, and also an expected good investment. On Amazon it's being sold for up to £29. On eBay it's sold for 21, and on Bricklink it's valued at 16, and it's sold 8,929 sets. The next one is 43271, the Lucky and Penny 101 Dalmatian puppies, 1999. Now, one that I put to go with that one is 43243, which is a Simba Lion King cub. That one came out in July 2024. It was £18 to buy, but it's worth around 15 now. And that's got an expected retirement pop of 5%, and also an expected good investment. On Amazon it's being sold for up to £21. On eBay it's sold for £30, which is amazing considering you could have got it from Argos 2 for 20. Actually selling on eBay for £30. Bricklink has valued it at 16. Right. So the next one is 43267. The Princess Castle and Royal Pets, £109.99. The one I've put to go with that one is 43246, the Princess Market Adventure. That one came out in January 2024. That was £90 to buy. At the moment it's only worth about 76. Now that's got a 4% retirement pop. On Amazon it's being sold for up to £167. On eBay it's sold for £67, and on Bricklink it's valued at £75. The figures are worth around £20, and it's sold 271 sets. Next one is 43257, which is Angel, £59.99. Obviously the one that will complement that one is 43249 Stitch. That one came out in March 2024. It was £60 to buy. At the moment it's only worth about 41, but it's got an expected retirement pop of 5%. On Amazon it's being sold for up to £71. On eBay it's sold for £60, and on Bricklink it's valued at £48, and it's sold 5,052 sets. Next one is 43269, the Dalmatian puppy, the bigger version. The one that goes with it, or the one that hopefully, you know, if you want to bundle them together or whatever it is 43247. Obviously the young Simba, the Lion King, obviously the bigger version. That one came out in June 2024. That was £115 to buy. At the moment it's worth around 80. That one's got an expected retirement pop of 5%, but also that it's an expected good investment. On Amazon it's being sold for up to £180, and on eBay it's sold for £93, and Bricklink has valued it at 92. Next one is 71500, the Nightmare Shark Submarine, £129.99. I bet you can guess where I'm going with this one. The one that I would think people will want to get with that one is 71469, the Nightmare Shark Ship. That one retired in November 2024. It was £120 to buy, but at the moment it's worth around 140. On Amazon it's being sold for up to 155, and on eBay it's sold for actually 125. The figures are worth around £16, and Bricklink has valued it around £118, That one sold 2,442 sets. Next one is 42653, the Heart Lake City Music Store and Apartment, $44.99. The one that I put to complement that one is 42614, the Vintage Fashion Store. That one came out in January 2024. It was £35 to buy, but at the moment it's worth around 30, and that's only got a 3% expected retirement pop. On Amazon it's being sold for up to £59. On eBay it's sold for 25, and on Bricklink it's valued at around 29. The figures, or should I say the dolls, are worth around 6, and it's sold 241 sets. Next one is 77077, which is the Clombo, $89.99. The one that I put to complement that one is 77072, which is Peelybone. That one came out October 2024. It was £90 to buy, but at the moment it's worth around 84. Now that's got an expected retirement pop of around 11%, and also an expected good investment. I think there's quite a lot of people think that Peelybone is a good investment. On Amazon it's being sold for up to £170. On eBay it's sold for 104, and on Bricklink is valued at around 78, and that one sold 2,572 sets. The next one is 76445, the Hogwarts Herbology class, $44.99. Now obviously the one that'll go with that one is 76431, the Hogwarts Potions class. Now that one came out in June 2024. It was £35 to buy, and it's worth around £35 now. Now that's got an expected retirement pop of 14%. On Amazon it's being sold for up to £59, and on eBay one of them sold for £75. But I think that was just like a one-off for somebody who really wanted it. But the rest of them are selling for around £35. The figures are worth around 9, and on Bricklink is valued at around £31. That was sold 2,453 sets. So as I said before, I'm working my way through the 195 new sets that are coming out. So please join me for my next video where I'll continue. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.